Hey Fragrance family, I'm Daver.
And I'm Kristen.
And we're the Fragrance Bros. Coming at you again with another review, this time with special guest host Kristen from Beauty Meow. How are you doing, Kristen?
I'm great, how are you?
Doing great, great to have you on. We were talking about this off camera, but besides my wife, you're the first lady reviewer official lady reviewer that's been on my channel, so welcome, we're glad to have you.
Thank you so much for having me. I was really excited when you invited me on your channel.
Let's get straight to it. Delina, date introduced is 2017. It's classified as a floral. Notes are lychee, rhubarb, bergamot, Turkish rose, lily of the valley, vanilla, white musk, and cashmere. Now, Kristen, what did you get out of longevity out of this?
I got really good longevity on my skin. In my environment, which is very tropical and humid, I always hope for like 4 to 6 hours, but I got closer to like 8 hours with this fragrance. It really stuck to my skin in a very positive way. Yeah,
this is a very strong fragrance. On me, and I guess also my wife, it was an excellent range, I would say as well. 8 to 10, I would say, is what we got for longevity. What about projection?
Projection, this is really nice as well. It's definitely one of the louder fragrances I've tried recently, but not in an unpleasant way. You get those heavy fragrances and it's so loud you just can't be around them. This is kind of one where it like definitely is like way past like arm's length, but it's like a very attractive sillage. It kind of brings people in and they kind of want to know what you're wearing, but it has fantastic projection. Yeah,
I totally agree with that as well. On us, it was an excellent range. And you're totally right. Like, it's one of those fragrances where if this was any louder, it would be too much. And it's just the right amount. And sometimes with these type of floral scents, they can be, if they're too strong, it can be like really syrupy and not good, or really super floral and not good. And this just has just the perfect mix. And yeah, just a great overall performance. Season, I think this is great for spring and also great for summer. And I think this really could be good for day or night.
I do think so as well. I like the opening of it. The rhubarb gives it a nice tartness, which I think is really nice in the heat. But sometimes you just get bored of the same citrus freshies. And the fact that this is a more feminine, like heavier fragrance, that bright tart opening is really nice in the summer. And since it is a little bit on the heavier side, it is very versatile. You can wear it evening or night. So you could like wear this anytime, anywhere. It's really cool how it works with all the notes.
Purpose, I think this is great for casual. I think this works really well for a date, especially if you're a lady. And I do think this could work in the workspace as well. All right, so Kristen, what does this fragrance remind you of?
This fragrance to me is just, it's very special, but it's also very easy to understand and very familiar. I think that's what I really love about Parfums de Marly, is the quality done right, so much better than a lot of other things out there. It's like a mainstream fragrance, but like 10 levels higher.
Yeah.
It reminds me of this most beautiful, sultry, like almost sexy, attractive, feminine fragrance you'd find on the market, but way higher quality and just performs way better. And I love that because I feel like a lot of times people don't want the crazy conceptual niche experience where, you know, it's a little bit harder to wear and understand, but some people want the niche quality. And I feel like this is perfect because you're getting that like beautiful, rich, like sexy, attractive experience that you can get from a lot of mainstream fragrances. And they're mainstream for a reason, because a lot of people like it. They have a lot of qualities that people look for, but you're getting way higher quality. And I feel like I just love that about this fragrance.
You're exactly right. A lot of what Parfums de Marly does is it seems like they make kind of very accessible fragrances, but do it to the best that can be done.
Yes.
And this is no exception. This is exactly like that. It's a very, as you expect from the notes, very floral scent with some fruity elements, but doesn't come across like a mall scent, like a lot of fruity floral scents in the women's market do today. When you smell it, it smells like rich and expensive. And when you're spending the amount of money that you are on this type of fragrance, I think that's important. And it comes across just really refined, really well done. As you said, I totally agree with. It smells very sexy and classy on a lady. It's just a really well-balanced scent that is, I mean, perfection. It is fantastic in every way.
It's like, I think the fragrance aisle, what you were saying, have you ever like walked up to a fragrance counter like at the end of the day and there's been so many samples sprayed, so many like little strips everywhere, and it has that same smell. It's a fragrance store smell, you know. It smells like a mix of everything, and it's so easy for a lot of fragrances that are overtly fruity or having a lot of different notes to quickly go that way. But what I love about this is it has a lot of those notes, but everything is so meticulously balanced and blended. It in no way feels like, oh my gosh, I'm just smelling a fragrance store. It smells like a beautifully blended, crafted fragrance, and I just think it's gorgeous.
Absolutely. As for the way it smells, obviously very floral scent. I really like the rhubarb at the top. The rhubarb adds kind of a sour quality to the mix that is really interesting. It's not overly powerful, like it's not super sour. Just adds like this nice twinge to the fragrance that is really nice. The lychee obviously is there, bringing kind of that fruitiness there. The rose is there, and I was a little bit reluctant whenever this came out because I wasn't sure if I was going to like it or not, because it's a rose scent and a lot of people know my history with rose. So rose is not one of my favorite notes in the world. But I will say that out of the rose scents that I've smelled, it can be done really well, and this is done really, really well. It's not overly powdery, and it doesn't smell like a grandmother like some roses can. It's just the perfect rose, and as I said, everything is mixed really well. As it dries, it brings up kind of that vanilla quality and the musky quality. It stays kind of in the same vein, though the brightness, you know, obviously dulls a little bit. And I would say that the vanilla comes up a little bit more, and it's almost like a nutty type of vanilla. And whenever I smelled it, I thought there was like pistachio or some kind of nut in there, and it's not. I think it's just from the vanilla mixing with the other ingredients. And at the very end, it's a little bit more on the musky side. But it's just a beautiful scent from top to bottom. The whole experience is just really great.
I think so too. I think a lot of times, like when you see rose and musk, it's easy for that to feel very dated. And I love rose in pretty much all of its forms, but what I love about this is that it is a rose fragrance, but if you don't like rose, there's so many other things going on with it that it's not a rose fragrance. It's a beautiful floral that has a beautiful mix of everything. And I do agree with what you said about the vanilla. I feel like the vanilla and the cashmeran really kind of cut through the fruitiness and adds a lot of depth and like a heaviness to the fragrance that it needs, so it doesn't run away and be like a dated, boring floral that you could find everywhere. I think that those are excellent choices.
I guess one of my favorite aspects of this fragrance is that it's a really classy, sexy scent. And sometimes that can be a really hard mark to hit because you can have very classy scents that are not sexy, and then very sexy scents that are not classy. And, you know, we've all smelled all of those. But this is one of those where, like, any lady that wants to smell classy and sexy can do that with this. So I really, really like that. And as we said, it has a lot of versatility because of that. I really like that arousing type of quality, girl next door almost type of thing going on. It's really nice.
I also think too, like the presentation of this bottle is gorgeous, and how beautiful this smells. I feel like this is a perfect gift to give somebody also for like a special occasion. But I feel like for someone who loves like feminine fragrances and designer fragrances, if you wanted to get them a really special gift that smelled amazing, smelled sexy, and maybe you'd like hope that they'd wear like on special occasions, this would be a great one to get, because not only are you going to give them like a really beautiful bottle, a beautiful juice, but you might also get lucky enough to experience them wearing it too. And it is such a classy, elegant, sophisticated, but very sexy standout scent. I just think overall you really can't go wrong with this.
I'm glad you mentioned the bottle. I have an unboxing of this if you guys out there want to watch it. Parfums de Marly, their bottles are amazing, both men's and the women's, and they're distinctly different. And the women's definitely has like this kind of feminine quality about it, and it is really just gorgeous.
And Delina itself stands out. Like I walk past the display and you can see it like in the entire fragrance counter. You can see that bottle. It's in such a way that, you know, like you want that on your vanity. You want that in your cabinet. That's something you would want to put on display because it's just so gorgeous and eye-catching.
All right, bang for buck, this is $290 for 75 ml. and that is on the pricier side, but I think, as we've said before, you know, I believe that every person needs to have at least one fragrance out there that they pull out on occasion, and it's expensive and that makes them feel special, makes them feel great when they wear it, and something that they're not just going to wear every single day maybe. This is one of those type of fragrances that you can pull out and is just a showstopper. And if you're a lady out there, definitely consider this, because even though it's on the pricier side, it is worth every penny.
Right, you're paying for the quality.
Yeah.
Sometimes with niche fragrances, and again, I love the conceptual fragrances. I mean, I like to smell bizarre. I'll just throw that out there. But there is something about paying for the quality in every step. Like, you're paying for the quality of the juice. You're paying for the quality of the bottle. You're also paying for the quality of the experience. Since this isn't on the conceptual side, it's more on the higher end mainstream side. It is something you could get a lot of wear out of. So you could wear it a lot more frequently, or just wear it for special occasions. So it's not so much like worrying, when am I going to wear this? I really love this, but I don't know if I could wear this here or here or here. You could just wear it whenever you feel like it. So to me, it's more of an investment.
All right, Kristen, what about compliments? Did you get many compliments with this?
The only person I really wore this around was my husband, and he really detests fragrances. And I talk about that all the time on my channel. He's really supportive, but he just does it. He, like, unscented deodorant, unscented, like, detergent for laundry. Like, he's just not a huge fragrance fan, but he actually didn't mind this. He really likes rose fragrances, and I think he really picked out the rose in this. And the biggest compliment he could ever give me was, yeah, that's all right. And so he did. But I'm not a good judge, but I do think if you want compliments, or you want to grab someone's attention, like if you wanted to wear this to a party or out dancing, I think this is going to get you a lot of compliments. Because if it can grab him, it can grab anyone.
I asked my wife to wear this, and I asked her what she thought, and it wasn't her favorite type of thing. She does not like rose, so that may be one of the stumbling blocks, but it wasn't her thing. However, I will say that I freaking love this scent, and if she wore it, it would be like amazing. And I would, if someone were to wear this and they passed by, I would stop them and ask them what they wore, because I think it smells great. I think a lot of people are going to like this.
I do too. I really think it's, like you said earlier, it's definitely a crowd pleaser, but in a positive, like, amazing way.
All right, Kristen, final rating, what do you give this?
I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. Quality-wise, absolutely amazing. Projection, longevity-wise, absolutely amazing. I love it. I like things to be a little bit more interesting, so that's where I guess the 9 out of 10, but honestly, it could easily be a 10 out of 10 for me. But it's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah,
I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5. And I love the scent as well. I think it's just a perfect scent for really any woman out there. I think would really like this. It hits just all the right marks. It is definitely a crowd pleaser, but it's not boring. It's interesting. It's a really, really high quality scent, and it smells like that. So 5 out of 5 for me. Just a perfect scent for a lady. So that's all we have. What do you think of Delina? Do you like it, love it, hate it? Let us know down in the comments down below. And of course, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe down below. We'll love you for it. And I'll have a link down to Kristen's channel, Beauty Meow, where you can go and subscribe to her as well. Thank you, Kristen, for coming on. Really a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me.
We'll see you next time. We're the Fragrance Brothers. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks everyone for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to check out my other channel, Beast Made Reviews, where me and a friend review high quality products for men. You might like it. Go check it out.